Hi, I'm Bill. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to install Valor gutter guards. The first thing to know is you're going to get Valor gutter guards in a box like this. It's going to be about 60 pounds, and I'm going to show you how to open it real quick. Then I'm going to show you what's inside, and we're going to go over to this house here and do some installation sections on that house so you get a good round picture of how Valor gutter guards are installed. First of all, I'm going to open the box. This is how it would come, typically by UPS. And you just open that up at the job site. Pop that open. There's always one inside. And there you guys go. Good to go. Just cut these open. And we have our gutter guards all ready to go. There's two styles of meshes that I want to point out to you, and I have those demonstrated over here. I have a standard mesh, which is a 40 mesh screen. This is typically what you're going to use on a standard home that has a 5, 12 or less pitch roof. And then we have a larger mesh, and you're going to use that for high volume areas on the roof or a high pitched roof. So put them side by side. You can see the standard meshes. All Valor products has the patented and trademarked S design that's a raised ridge, which allows higher water flow and easier debris blowing off the product. That's what makes Valor so special. So when I get ready to put this on the roof, it comes from the factory with the screen about a ½ an inch over. So what I want to do is to each piece I want to cut right here and right there. That way, when they butt next to each other, it's a nice clean fit. Then I want to take this product and I want to bend the screen down and give it a little pinch so that I fold it over. So when two pieces come together, they'll make a clean connection. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to show you how to do that here on a large mesh. Sometimes a large mesh is going to go next to a standard mesh in a high flow situation. You can also do this in the ladder. You can also do this at the shop before you show up to the job site. So when it goes together on the roof, you can see when they come together, they make a nice tight seal. And we're going to show you how to seal that up when we're on the roof. Also, what makes nice is if you go buy the pre-cut miters. There's pre-cut inside miters, which are a large mesh product for higher water flow. There's also a outside miter cut. Makes it a lot easier. And so when it comes from the factory, it's going to be pre-cut like this with 45, and it's going to have a cover for it too. As you can see over here, I laid out the product because I'm going to have 5 miters on this particular job. So when it comes from the factory, I'm going to show you how to prep it. And here we go again. All I'm going to do is do a quick cut, quick bend. I'm good on the left. Grab the right one. Give my quick cut. Do my little bend. And when they go together on another piece, you can see how they just fit really well together and make that great seal. So now that we had an introduction to the Valor products and how you would get them, let's take a look at the toolkit real quick. It's pretty easy. All you need is just a small toolkit that you can carry with you. Nothing really complicated. Some tin snips, some silicone. I like the 100% GE silicone in the 4-ounce tube. It makes it real convenient. The drill, and you're good to go. So why don't we go up to the roof and show you how to put an outside miter on. It's pretty easy. See you up there. Okay, we're going to be looking at how to do an outside miter. And so what I want to get done here is I want to make sure I lift the roof up slightly. Pre-do that before I slip the product underneath. And as you know, we have these pre-cut, a lot easier. And you remember, I redid the edges here down on the ground. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to slip it underneath and put it on. And then you pull it toward the center. See how nice that is when you pre-cut it? Over here on the same side. And this works for on a concrete tile roof, a Spanish tile roof, any kind of roof. You see it just comes right together. And what I'm going to do is put some screws in here to hold that in. But I also want to say, this little gap right here, you're always going to have that. You can use your silicone and fill that in. But Valor makes a cover piece, and I'm going to show you how to put that on. There we go. So I'm going to use that cover piece. You can see how nice it's going to look, and I'm going to fit it just under the front edge here. Make life a little easier. When I tuck it underneath, I'm going to give it a little bend there. Just a little bend to give it down, point there to it. Then slide it up that way. Tuck it underneath. Slide that in. And there we go. See how nice that looks, how easy that is? So it took me, what, 3 minutes to put this in when you pre-cut it. Now I come in with the silicone and I'll make a nice seal there. And I'm gonna make a nice seal right there. The reason why I do that is because I don't want any leaves to get caught up in that little gap that happens between any screen and a cover. Okay, there you go. Looks really nice, simple to put on. That's how you do an outside miter. Now I got 7 more to do, so I'm gonna go do those and we'll catch back up later. There's areas on the roof that are gonna have higher water flow than other areas, and this is a good example of one. This is where a second roof is dumping water on a lower roof and then going back through a gutter guard. So you're gonna have a lot more water coming out of that valley that's right there and out of this gutter. So a standard mesh product is not going to be able to handle that water flow. So you want to put a larger mesh product on. So in this area, we will put a large mesh product to capture this heavy water flow, and then we're going to put a standard mesh product there, and we're going to put standard mesh products up here. And it's going to work out real nice. So let's go ahead and install the top, and then we'll go to the bottom, and then now you know why we're using 2 different size meshes here. All right, whether you're on a ladder or on the roof, always work safely. As you know, I got my toolkit with me here, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Remember down below we pre-cut the edges and fold them over? So I do that, or I could do it up here on the roof. In this case, I'm going to go underneath the roof. And I like to slide it in. There we go. So a nice fit there. So we're going to go ahead and put this in. I'm going to go ahead and grab my screw gun and my screws, and I'm going to go ahead and put these in now. All right, I put 2 screws in. I'm going to put the 3rd screw in now, and we'll put that second piece in here. Make sure my edge is nice and square. Tuck that underneath the roof. Sometimes you need to use blocks to put underneath. I use wood blocks, and you can lift the roof up. That helps with a tile roof or concrete roof. But in this case, I'm pretty lucky. It's behaving pretty well. So then I slide it together, get a nice seal there. And we'll put some more screws in. Now that we have the screws in, we're going to go ahead and seal this up with our 4-ounce silicone. This prevents any leaves and debris from getting in there. And you just want a slight dab just to fill that void so nothing can get in there. Look at that, perfect. and we're off to the rest of it. Okay, now that we have the top portion done with the standard mesh, we're going to go ahead and put our large mesh down here in this high water flow area. This is a great example because it has both an inside valley dumping water and the second roof dumping water. So we're going to go ahead and just, again, lift the roof up. Sometimes you might need little blocks. Get that in there, slide that in. Nice fit there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this section in over here after I move my ladder. I'm going to put 3 in. Okay, now we're going to put our standard mesh in. Valor comes in 4-foot sections, which makes it easy to maneuver these while you're on the ladder. Look at that, nice tight fit there. Go ahead and put our screws in again. We don't need to film that. All right, I have my screws in, and I'm going to use my silicone and go ahead and just finish this up here. Okay, I got my corners in, I got my outside miter in, so all I have to do now is fill the gap. Some installers install from the rooftop. I don't recommend that for safety reasons, so you're not going to see me do that today. Okay, we've finished filling in the field. I only have another 10 inches to go. So what I did is I went ahead and measured what I needed on my piece there. I went ahead and marked it, and then I cut through it. I cut the front first, I cut the back second, cut the screen, and I get a piece. I use the shorter bullnose snips because you get a lot more torque going through our metal product here. A little tougher with this one here. So that's a key recommendation for you. Get a $16 pair at Home Depot or Lowe's, works really well for you. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in. If you remember, try to cut that last edge there. Put that in there. I'm gonna fold that down, make a nice neat 45. And slip that in, and if I measure right, it's gonna fit just right. There we go, good fit. Let me throw a couple screws in there, and then I'm gonna put some silicone to seal those edges, and I'll show you what the finished is in just a minute. Okay, there we have it. A full section of Valor gutter guard put in. Easy to put in, highly effective. Thanks for watching.